Howdy gamers, it's the Wanderer here. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a change up of content. We're going to be talking a little bit like a commentary style of video. It's not a lore video, it's not a meme video, it's kind of just talking about how I feel towards something. Like, I might start doing things like this in the future on the channel. Haven't really decided if I want to yet. I just wanted to voice my opinions on this for a sec, because a while ago I was originally going to make a follow-up video to my Fallout 76 retrospective, or like review, I guess you could call it, that I made, I want to say about a year ago now. I made a review on Fallout 76 nearly a year ago, and to be honest, it was kind of like a more biased review from a Fallout fanboy perspective, and I kind of, like, I didn't encounter as many bugs as many other people did whilst playing the beta. And so that led me to create some sort of like a positive review about it, which it didn't get a lot of backlash, which I'm surprised about. It should have. It deserved a lot of backlash. But I was meant to make a follow-up video called Fallout 76 8 months later. It's now like 10 months later because I never got around to making that video and I just can't be bothered. But hey, I thought I might as well just talk about it in a video one time because there was one coming up. So obviously, if you're a Fallout fan, you'll know that Fallout 76 is probably the worst title in the Fallout series if you look past Brotherhood of Steel. It's an argument. It's an argument whether it is or not, you know. I'll leave that up to the professionals. I'm in no way a professional about Fallout whatsoever. And 76, it had a bit of a rocky launch, let's just say that. And well, I mean, they've announced an update, which I talked about in my first podcast episode, which I don't know whether I'm cancelling the podcast or not. I might not. But I talked about it in my first podcast episode, the Wastelanders update, adding NPCs and a storyline and a dialogue options to Fallout 76 to kind of spice the game up, making it less bland, just basically trying to fix the game. Now, a lot of us thought, oh yeah, this is going to be a good update. I was hopeful for it. I still am. I'm even more hopeful for it now. But a lot of us were like, oh, it's just going to be another rush piece of garbage. There's going to be 50 million more bugs, and it's going to absolutely destroy the experience even more. And Fallout is going to die because of it. Well, to all the people saying that, you may or may not be glad to hear that it was originally meant to come out in about a month from now. But I am happy to announce that the update for Fallout 76 has been delayed. That's right. Bethesda have actually made a right decision for once. So, the Wastelanders update has been delayed. This is the first time we've ever heard about a delay with Fallout 76. I mean, personally, I think the game should have been delayed. The game itself should have been delayed at least until mid-2019. Where they've at least fully polished up the game to an extent, and they've got most of the content in there. But you know, they didn't do that. Mr. Todd Howard didn't do that. They're releasing a patch or like an update which is going to include NPCs and the storyline with dialogue and all this stuff that was missing, which has been in previous Fallout games. Really key touch in Fallout, dialogue and NPCs, and they completely took it out. And it's kind of strange why they did that. I mean, it's an online multiplayer game. Obviously, they're going to take stuff out of it because it's not meant to be a full game or whatever. But it just lessened the game experience not having NPCs and stuff. Whereas having NPCs kind of spruces up the game a bit more because not everybody has a mic. Now, it seemed pretty polished up from what we saw at E3. We were expecting it to release, but no, they've actually came out and said that it's going to delay until at least early 2020. Now, this is probably presuming to do with bugs and bug fixes and all this stuff that they're probably going to be grinding out and trying to fix so it has a good, smooth launch. And honestly, if that's the case, Fallout fans should be rejoicing right now. Because the fact that Bethesda are finally listening to people to take time on things that people love so much, to not ruin it, to give it time, to basically just make a good game. The fact that they're giving it time shows that they are finally stepping into the limelight and saying, you know what, maybe we should listen to the people who care about Fallout for once. For example, Halo, the franchise, the video game franchise released in 2001, pretty big, you've probably heard of it. it had a couple not so good releases in the past couple years, in the 2010s, and well, I mean, it's fair to say that 343 Industries, the developers of Halo, or the current owners of Halo, as Bungie used to make the old ones, they've done a complete 180 from the old style of Halo and tried to make something that fans of Halo, both new and old, want. And I feel like it's a similar situation with Bethesda. Bethesda haven't really portrayed themselves as a good company in what the past year or so. They've kind of came across as utter clowns to me. But what if Bethesda are slowly making the same 180 that 343 Industries did with Halo? Like, Halo had a complete 180. We didn't expect Halo Infinite to have classic graphics or whatever. We didn't expect Master Chief's armor to look like this. We didn't expect any of this, right? Whereas with Fallout, we had an awful release. We've had even more awful stuff with merchandising and all this other stupid shit around Fallout 76. And what if Bethesda are slowly, like, they've said, okay, well, you see, we promised you this update, but we're going to delay it so that it's got all the bugs fixed and stuff. That sounds like they're finally starting to make the right decisions, to me at least. Now, does this mean that they're going to be fully good? No, because like I said, it's one step forward, two steps back for Bethesda. Now, what are these two steps back? The 2 steps back is that they're going to be hammering down on pay to win. Now, if you don't know, Fallout 76 has an Atom shop. It's basically like the place you go to buy cosmetics, really overpriced cosmetics. It is literally, what, about $10? $10 I want to say, for one suit of XO1 Survivalist Power Armor paint. What on earth is that pricing? Who would pay $10? I could buy, like, 2 t-shirts and a bottle of Coca-Cola for that price. I'm not going to spend it on some digital paint that I can put on some power armor that won't even protect me in a real apocalypse. No, sir. Jesus Christ. $10? Are you... Bruh. That is poopy stinky. I wouldn't dare pay $10 for a power armor paint. I don't know about you. But anyway, those ridiculously priced cosmetics, they're getting even worse, because you might remember they've started releasing packs like repair kits, scrap kits, you name it. A fridge. They released a fridge which you can literally store food in so it doesn't rot. Yeah, that's not pay to win. That's not at all. No. Well, you see, they're hammering down on the things that are basically pay to win. So these fridges, these repair kits that you can buy with atoms. But they're also going to be increasing the cap of the amount of atoms you get in game. So kind of evening out these awful prices that they've got on stuff. It probably won't be good, if you know what I mean. I mean, the only thing I've spent atoms on, it wasn't even real money. It was stuff I earned in game. The only thing I spent atoms on was the sun hat, and it was kind of epic. But I literally, I couldn't be more annoyed to hear that they're hammering down on buying fridges, repair kits, you name it. It's infuriating. It's genuinely infuriating to hear that they're doing this. Like, sure that they're making like these changes, whereas they're making changes to the game, like, oh yeah, we're delaying this update so it's actually good. But at the same time, they're doing this thing. They're hammering down on pay to win aspects. Like, that's not good. Sure, I'm proud of you, Bethesda. You're finally making somewhat of a good turn, but you had a knock from this 180-degree angle you're aiming for. You're a little bit off there. Not just a little bit. You're about a solid 90 degrees off getting what we want as the Fallout community. We do not want pay to win. No, sir. We want a decent Fallout game. Thank you very much. Anyway, this has been kind of just like a clowning video. Obviously, Bethesda, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I would also like to recommend that you watch TKS Mantis's videos on it, and Cadenza as well. two friends of the channel. I also recently did a podcast with Cadenza, so you should go check out his channel. He has a really good podcast called Out of This World Podcast, and hopefully I'll be going on there this Wednesday by the time this video is being recorded. So hopefully I'll see you on the 23rd of October, which is kind of... Ooh, that's spicy! October 23rd, Cadenza's podcast, but it's also Fallout Day. So, yeah, the bombs are going to be dropping, like, mid-stream, so everybody should come join if you want to watch the apocalypse with us. See ya! Leave a like and subscribe!